Every year, during peak summer season on the east coast of Tasmania, hundreds of people line up every day in the small town of Tribunna to board the 45-minute ferry to Maria Island. The island that was once a convict settlement is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site and an idyllic refuge for a few of Tasmania's most vulnerable plant and animal species. Alright, we're on Maria Island. We just got off the ferry from Tribunna and we're here. We're at Darlington, which is a World Heritage Site for Australian convict history. When you arrive at Darlington Village, you are instantly transported back into the convict days of the 1800s, as it is the most representative and intact example of a probation station in Australia. And for the next 3 days, we will be hiking into the further reaches of the island to explore the diverse landscape and meet the locals that the island is famous for. Lots and lots of wombats. Our first stop on Maria Island is going to be French's farm, which we'll be staying at for the night. We can already tell that this is absolutely stunning. We've seen a few wombats running around, and we're just following along this coastal track. Amazing. Stormy nights don't stay. Our destination for our first night on the island is a camp called French's Farm. From Darlington, it is about 9 kilometers to French's Farm camp, often seeing wombats and other animals munching on the grass along the way. That is a big wombat. I think we're about to enter the Frenchman's Farm camp. Aside from parks vehicles, no cars are allowed on the island, and the most common ways to get around are by biking or hiking the service roads. Beyond the convict history that Maria Island is known for, French's Farm tells the story of the island's farming era. From the 1930s until the 1960s, the island was largely used for agriculture, and during this time, French's Farm was a small family-run sheep farm. Today, this site is one of the official camp areas on the island, although now clearly primarily used by the local wombats. Parks ask that you give the wildlife at least 2 meters of space. However, if they approach you and give you a little sniff, enjoy the experience, but do not touch them. It's like this old white building. It looks like somebody actually lives here.
It's the farmhouse.
You can open it up. We were very surprised to not only find the farmhouse unlocked.
I knocked first to see if anyone's home.
Hello?
I'm going in first.
But also complete with old bed frames, a dining table, and other furniture.
Camera.
The farmhouse also includes a food storage bin and can be used as a shelter by campers in a pinch. This campsite is really quite unique. It's like stepping back in time, and we can't wait to spend the night surrounded by so much wildlife. But first, it's time to set up camp. Making dinner. What's in here? We're steaming some vegetables to make a little stir fry. And we have our little buddies over there. 2 over there. A wombat. We knew we could expect to see some wombats and other wildlife while at the farm, but we definitely underestimated exactly how much wildlife we would see.
Wombats.
There's so many. There's probably hundreds of wombats just living in this little farm area. Just looking here, we can see there's a wombat over there. There's a couple wallabies. You can see they're everywhere. This is crazy. This is the most wildlife we've ever seen. Standing beneath Mount Moriah at sunset, surrounded by wildlife. How could life be any better? After a peaceful night of possums and tassie devils screaming bloody murder, we woke up to a beautiful morning and the realization that I left a bag of cashews in my backpack, which were likely the midnight snack of this little bandicoot. Either way, the first step today is coffee. We're gonna head to the split sand beach today. We're gonna ditch our big packs here and just take a little small pack. It's gonna be a hot one, so a good day to get in the water.
We shall see.
Where are we going? You okay?
Yeah.
Let's go. Also known as McRaes Isthmus, this split sand beach is about 3.5 kilometers from French's farm and is totally worth the hour-long hike. Gorgeous white sand and turquoise water, but the best part is it was completely empty. Oh, this water is so blue. Look at this! Can you tell it's cold? After a refresh in the water, we headed back towards French's farm to gather the rest of our things and move to this evening's camp back at Darlington. Okay, so we are just about back at the Painted Cliffs, and I think it'll be a good time to do a bit of snorkeling. It is a bit windy, but it still looks beautiful, and we have the time, so I think that's what we'll do. The Painted Cliffs typically draw crowds because of the swirling colors and patterns in the sandstone. But the shoreline around the Painted Cliffs, as well as the greater portion of the island, is a protected marine area, making it a great place to snorkel. The shallow sandstone reef was full of vibrant plant life, kelp, schools of small fish rushing about. Snorkelers can also often find southern rock lobsters hiding beneath the rocks within the reef. You had a beautiful snorkel? Let's go to the camp. Getting old? Oh, we relaxed for too long, and now putting these bags back on is like, ah. Oh, we're seeing some more little buddies. Hi, little buddy. They're so fluffy. The The way back to Darlington camp is full of spectacular views and even a few cool buildings to pop into, including Mrs. Hunt's cottage, which belonged to Ruby Hunt, who used to operate the only communication between the island and the mainland, and was one of the last full-time residents to leave the island in 1971. The past 2 days on McRaes Island have been filled with incredible wildlife experiences, as well as swimming and snorkeling on pristine coastline. But we still have one more day, and tomorrow we will be exploring a completely different side of the island. Overnight, we experienced our first tassie devil encounter.
Run by the camp. Is that the fucking devil? That's the devil! Oh my god.
And a very, very loud thunderstorm directly over the island. Which thankfully passed by the morning, for the most part. On our way out of Darlington, we swung by the historical buildings before heading off on today's journey.
It is a beautiful, rainy morning. Our last day on McRaes Island. And what are we doing today?
Hiking Mount Bishop and Clark.
We're gonna hike a mountain today. And we might get a little wet, but it's all part of the fun.
The northern side of the island showed a completely new side to the island. Rugged cliffsides, rough seas, and Tasmania's signature dolerite columns.
Yesterday, when we were hiking, we went to the split sand beach and it was like tropical Caribbean blue water. And now today, hiking to the mountain, on this side of the island, it's rugged and mountainous, and it reminds me a lot of the North Atlantic, just that sort of vibe. So it's polar opposites.
The hike to the towering Bishop and Clark summit begins with a relatively gradual slope before the real fun starts.
It's quite pretty though. We've reached the scramble. Holy, this is going to be fun, I think.
While a good portion of the hiking on this island is quite tame, it
Just let me
felt
get
good to
around
be
this turn.
scrambling up a mountain and
Up
climbing
around.
over boulders.
Curious with this path already. Oh, we gotta keep going. This way. Whee! Never wanted to cut girls.
One, no hands.
No hands.
Yeah.
That's way too big. That's crazy. That's proper mountaineering.
The challenge and exhilaration of this hike is matched by the reward of the most incredible view you can get of the island.
Lunch?
And definitely the best lunch spot.
We're watching a bunch of eagles soaring and catching fish, but like they're on eye level with us. It's really cool. They hover just here.
What an incredible way to cap off 3 days on the Tasmanian island of convict history, wildlife conservation, and absolutely incredible landscapes. This little island has to be our favorite place in Tasmania so far. Maybe even all of Australia.